Good afternoon, it's Dave at All Important Reviews. Please hit the subscribe button and please smash that like button for more amazing content about watches. Today I've got with me quite a rare piece. This is a Victorinox, who are a Swiss manufacturer. They're one of my favourite watch manufacturers in the world. I think they make absolutely fantastic watches. Robust, durable, macho style watches that are obviously military inspired. Some of the watches are actually military grade. This is the reference 241315 tachymeter chrono classic, obviously chronograph watch with a white dial and stainless steel bracelet. It's 40 millimeters nominal, 100 meter water resist, sapphire crystal, stunning bracelet with a butterfly clasp and safety catch. Obviously this one does have actual numerals on the dial, and to me it's very kind of Rolex Daytona-esque with you know, just with the three sub dials. Obviously with a tachymeter you can measure the speed and distance. Not that I will ever use it, and I'll never use the chronograph function, or it's extremely rare that I would ever use it. It's a very thin watch. Well, it's about 12 millimeters thick. I think I measured 11.9 mil. So the sizing is excellent. It is 40 millimeters. That's if you measure the bezel. That's what I got, 40 mil. The case is not too thick. It's 12 millimeters thick, and it fits on the wrist excellently. The dial, obviously you've got the crystal, which is sapphire. I can't test that, but I'm going to trust Victorinox that it is sapphire. I think the dial is beautifully legible, even though it's white, and that part of the reason why that is because they've got excellent anti-reflective coating on the watch, and number two, they've used actual numerals, so it's very easy to tell the time. One problem with having just battens instead of actual numerals is that it can be quite difficult sometimes to tell the actual time. And furthermore, on some white dial watches, the hands do not significantly contrast with the dial colour, but on this model they do, and it's easy to tell the time. As you can clearly see, that is easy to tell the time there. It's obviously got stainless steel, which I believe will be 316 grade. Show you the case back. The case back is pretty simple. It's just a stainless steel case back, and it has the etchings on it. I think it's a Swiss Army Victorinox 100 meter water resist, and it gives you the reference model number. The crown is signed with the Victorinox shield, if you can see that. All the functions of the watch work. I'm not going to go through them here. Obviously you've got the chronograph and the timers and all that kind of stuff. This crown is not screwed down, however. It is not a screw down crown, which is a downside, but you're still getting somehow the 100 meter water resist. So you could easily take this swimming as long as you don't click the pushers when you're in the water, which is why I personally would not go swimming with the chronograph. But maybe that's a bit overkill, maybe there's no problem these days really, and the risks are minimal. But personally I would stick to a non-chronograph watch if I was going to go swimming. I think the looks of the watch are excellent. I think it does give a kind of sporty Daytona style look to it, with the three sub dials, and obviously the tachymeter ring. The bracelet, now this is interesting. The bracelet is a very nice bracelet with solid end links. Again, you've got beautiful brushed outer links. It's a 3-link bracelet, kind of somewhat reminiscent of oyster style, but if you see the actual shape of them, they're quite unusual how they've shaped the links. The center is polished, and on this watch I think it adds a depth to the watch, and I do actually prefer it on this model that it is polished. I think it looks better, but obviously the downside is that polished stainless steel will show scratches significantly more easier than brushed. So that is one downside if you're buying these things. The links, they come with some kind of half links and some big links, but I'll explain in a second. The clasp, this confirms, unfortunately, these clasps confirms that I do hate butterfly clasps. It's not that it's not functional, it's that it doesn't, unfortunately, it is not comfortable on the wrist. The clasp does have heavy duty swing arms. Can you actually lock it at different? Yeah, you can do, yeah. So it's got a lock on it, it's got a safety catch. You release that, and then you push them, the push buttons, and it releases. The problem is not the kind of, I suppose it is the design, but the actual function there is good, is okay. The problem is when you put it on your wrist. I'm going to show you right now. I've kept some of the stickers on because I am actually going to sell this watch. I'm not going to keep it. Now that would feel beautifully comfortable because it's so light, because the case is not significantly large. It's not like a maxi case on a Rolex or Rolex style watches. It's a very kind of, you know, modest watch, if you will. 40mm size is beautiful. The problem is, with the way that I wear bracelets, the back of the push buttons or something else in that clasp aggravates the back of my wrist, and I think it is the actual push buttons itself. I just don't like that, and I can't have it looser because it would be too loose for the way I like to wear it. So I'm going to say that unfortunately I would not be wearing this watch with this clasp, so it may require a change in bracelet or a change to a different Victorinox clasp, but I don't know if that will be possible on this particular model, because the watch is very light on the wrist. The bracelet is very comfortable. The problem is this clasp. They need to ditch these crappy butterfly. See, I can't even get it off now. Crappy butterfly clasp. I hate them. Absolutely hate them. But I mean, this is not even a bad butterfly clasp. I've seen far worse. But having said that, I have seen far comfier butterfly clasps. But I don't know if it's just this model or this unit, but it just catches the back of my wrist and it annoys me. And so I cannot wear this watch because of this clasp. So I don't know if it's possible to easily switch out the clasp on this bracelet. If it is, hey ho, it's fixed. I'll just quickly show you another Victorinox. In fact, I'll show you two other Victorinox then quick. Okay, so I've got with me here, this is the Maverick Large. This is 43mm, again, very slim watch. But look at this. This has a far better deployment clasp with safety catch. Now it is friction, which I don't like. I prefer push button. But again, this is a very good clasp. And the same clasp, or a very similar clasp, is on the Inox. This is the Inox. This is another beautiful watch the Victorinox do. See, that is so much comfier. That is such a comfier clasp than what they've put on these Chrono Classics. These butterfly ones, they need to get rid of them because I really don't like them. And I know a lot of people don't like them, but it spoils the watch for me. But you could easily put this on a brown leather band or a black leather band, although I think brown or a tan would look far better on this watch because of the white dial. I think brown goes with it beautifully. If you like wearing straps, I don't like wearing straps. I don't like wearing NATOs. I do like wearing rubber straps, but maybe I will put this on a rubber band. But because of how rare this watch is. It's quite a rare watch. I am going to sell it and make a bit of profit on it, I think. But overall, this is an excellent watch, an excellent all-round everyday watch that is spoiled, in my opinion, by the clasp. But perhaps you could, depending on the way that you wear watches, perhaps it would not bother you. The movement, I should say, is a quartz movement. Now, again, to some people who care about the difference between quartz and automatic, that might be a deal breaker. I don't care. I actually prefer quartz overall because I like it so that when I pick my watches up, they're at a correct time, or a reasonably correct time. They're not like bloody automatics where you have to constantly set the time, because I never wear the same watch all the time. I do rotate them quite a bit. And this actually uses an ETA G10.211 quartz movement. Again, they're going to be very, very accurate to say 15 to 30 seconds a month. You can get mecha quartz that are even more accurate. You can get some quartz that I think Seiko do a quartz that are accurate to 5 seconds per year, or something ridiculous like that. And I think now there's even another quartz, I can't remember the manufacturer, it was on Honky D, where it was something like nearly to 1 or 2 seconds per year. But again, if you want accuracy and you're that bothered about accuracy, which no one should have to be that bothered about it, but if you're that bothered about accuracy, you can buy off Casio in some of their G-Shocks or normal Casios, or you can buy it off Citizen. You can buy a multi-band radio synchronized time that synchronizes with the radio tower in Anthorn in the north of England, and that will give you 365 days a year perfect time. So if people are bothered about accuracy, you can go and buy one of them watches. But I like a quartz. There's nothing wrong with quartz. I'm not sad like that I care so bad about, you know, getting a automatic with, it has to be automatic like the Rolexes and all that. I just don't care about that, I'm afraid. I care about the looks of the watch and the durability. That's what I care about. And the accuracy to some degree, the accuracy of the timekeeping. But yeah, it's quite a good watch. For me, ruined by the clasp. But again, you probably could switch it out, or you could switch out the bracelet. But I like bracelets generally to have integrated, well, to look like they're integrated. I don't like it when it is just a straight bar there. I think it looks cheaper, and that's why I rarely switch out the bracelets on watches, because a lot of the time it is difficult to get one that fits perfectly well. I know with some Seikos you can get a strap code bracelet that has actually been curved perfectly to fit the radius of the curve. But again, you know, going into it too deeply now, most people I think would be okay with this clasp, but not for me. So that's the Victorinox. Victorinox overall make fantastic watches. Some of my favourite, the Maverick is probably my favourite overall of the Victorinoxes that I have, and that is actually a lacquer bezel. I'm going to review this watch very soon. But I also love the Inox because it's just straight up pure simplicity and just straight up beautiful. But yeah, these watches, the Maverick and the Inox, are huge. They're about 43mm and they're super thick. Well, this one is. The Inox, the Maverick is not thick. It's about 11 to 12mm. But the Inox is about 13.5mm and it's super heavy. It's not going to be for everyone. This one is slim. It's a beautiful size of 40mm. It would fit everyone's wrist, I would say. It fits the vast majority of people's. It's a great size. This is going to be the one to get, because they do many different chrono classics in loads of different colours and styles, and you can get them with leather bands and all sorts. So if you want to pick it up, I'll put some links down below. They're not going to be affiliate links, but or maybe they will be. But it is a rare piece. This it is quite a rare piece now, and I think it's been discontinued. So I think it's only going to be available on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay or Amazon Marketplace, I think. But I'll check it out for you. and I'll put some links down below. Okay, thanks for watching. It's been Dave. Have a great day. Nice one.